Do you want to get a big deadlift without hurting yourself? Then technique is the biggest part of it. So in this video I'm going to walk you through all of the steps for the technique that most of the pro powerlifters and weightlifters use for the deadlift. And the technique is a really important part because it helps you to lift safely and lift more weight. Alright then, so now I'm going to walk you through the steps on how to achieve the perfect deadlift technique. Alright, so the first thing that you have to do before you start your deadlift, you have to place your feet in a comfortable position. It might be a bit more narrow than your shoulder width, but most of the time it's just the same as your shoulder width. Alright, so this is how it's going to look. You're going to walk up to the bar and place it in the middle of your foot. So as you can see, it's perfectly in the middle of my foot. And now, when you're going to reach down for the barbell, your shins should be touching the bar. And this tip will make sure that you keep an optimal starting pulling position. So it's going to look like this. So feet shoulder width apart. Reach down for the bar by bending your knees, not bending your back. By bending your knees. And then the bar has to touch your shins, or if not, the deadlift will look like this. You see that the starting position is really weak. And now, the next tip is that you don't want to think of the deadlift as a lower back exercise if you want to pull as much weight. You are going to be thinking of it like it's a leg exercise, like a leg press, because it's literally really similar if you think about it, because when you are doing the deadlift properly, you're thinking about leg pressing the weight off the floor, so it will look like this. You saw that I was doing leg press from here, not a back pull, you know? Not like a Romanian deadlift. That's a completely different exercise that you are doing for a different reason. That's why you have to keep the bar touching your shins. And in the first 2 or 3 trainings, it will hurt a little bit. And so when you're reaching down for the barbell, you should be reaching down like this. When your shins make contact with the bar, you grab it, you look forward, and you pull. You have to take a deep breath before. And the third tip is flexing your back muscles. Most of the beginners don't know this because it's not emphasized as much when people talk about the deadlift. But in powerlifting, if you want to pull big weight, it is really important to flex your back muscles, as I'm going to show you, because it will prevent you from injury. Because when I didn't focus on rolling my shoulders back, I was feeling like pain in my chest muscles because of the tension, and now I'm going to show you how to avoid that pain and just to pull more weight. Alright, so when you reach down for the barbell and make contact with the shins, I already explained that, then when you want to pull it, you don't pull it like this because you're going to get hurt and it's not a strong starting position. You are going to pull it like this. So make contact with your shins and your shoulders should do this movement. So you're going to roll them back into your back muscles like this. And make the bar more aligned, and when the bar is moving in a straight line, then it's the most optimal way. But of course, if you are going to load up more on the barbell, then it will be harder to keep that same position. But from now on, when you are starting for the deadlift, don't just go like this. Do all of these things that I explained. So the bar should be at the middle of your foot. Squat down until your shins make contact with the bar. Grab it. Look forward. Roll your shoulders back. Take a big breath. And pull. And the last and not least thing that I'm going to show you is pulling the slack. For example, this is warm-up weight for me. I pull like 180 kilograms and this is only 60. Then if you are pulling big weight, you need to pull the slack out of the barbell. I don't know if you heard that term, but I'm going to explain it to you. So as you bend out for the barbell and get ready for the lift, do everything that I said, and not with your PR start doing this, because as you saw, all of my positioning was done for nothing because I ruined it in the first second of the lift. So pulling the slack is basically pulling the barbell a little bit like this before starting your lift. So get into position and start pulling the bar like this. You can practice it with little weight and lift the bar like a centimeter off the ground, so like this. It's really important because if you don't do it, your ass will shoot up like this when you attempt the lift. So I'm going to show it to you. This is not how to do it. I just got straight to the lift and I didn't even think of it. So you just need to get some tension into the barbell so you're not going to break your back. So start a practice in your next training and focus on all of these things that I explained to you right now. Alright, so let's do another recap for the whole technique of the deadlift. I put on a belt for this lift just for reference. So step by step, you're going to get your belt tight, squat down to grab the barbell, squat down until it touches your shins, grab the barbell. When it's heavy weight, you're going to do a mixed grip, which is basically mixing your hands so the weight doesn't slip out on one side like this, and it just won't slip out if you use mixed grip. So squat down to grab the barbell, make contact with your shins, look forward, roll your shoulders back, big breath, pull the slack. And that's it. Alright guys, so I think I've explained all of the things about deadlift technique, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned a lot from it. And on your next workout, try these tactics step by step, and you will see that your weights will go up and you won't have back pain on your deadlifts. And if you're interested in more videos about building strength, powerlifting, techniques, and more stuff like that, make sure to follow my channel. You can watch these videos on screen, and good luck on your next deadlift session. Bye.